For nearly 50 years, Austin Community Foundation has been a trusted partner in local philanthropy for individuals, families, and businesses looking to do good in Central Texas. And Austin Community Foundation is inviting you to Austin in Common on Tuesday, April 14th at ACL Live Moody Theater. Austin in Common is more than a fundraising event. It's an opportunity to connect, celebrate, and invest in a brighter future for the city we call home. And by attending or sponsoring this event, you're not just supporting a cause, you're strengthening the foundation of Austin itself. Details are at austinincommon.org. Celebrate 35 years of art in nature at the Umlauf Sculpture Garden and Museum's Garden Party fundraiser on April 16th. Enjoy an al fresco evening among sculpture with bites from Austin's best restaurants and live music, all while supporting a treasured nonprofit in the heart of Austin. Umlauf members receive a special discount on Garden Party tickets. So visit umlaufsculpture.org to learn more about membership, buy tickets to the Garden Party, and to see their calendar of upcoming community events. Today on CityCast Austin, it's the Tuesday News Roundup. So we are going to get into the news you need to know from the weekend to start out your week. We're going to talk about a new Pricey city website, the closing of a beloved Austin restaurant, and then we get to hear from you. It's Tuesday, March 24th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I'm here with the Austin newsletter editor, Kelsey Bradshaw. Hi, Kelsey.
Hi, happy Tuesday.
And our awesome producer, Alyssa Castles. What's up, Alyssa?
What up, what up? Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Y'all can tell we're punch. What's that? Punch happy?
Slap happy.
Slap happy. Yes.
Yeah. We're I'm feeling goofy. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So first off, we're going to talk about the city of Austin again. Listen, I want them to do good. And then they do stuff where I'm like, what are y'all doing? So an overhaul of the City of Austin website launched last week, and the price tag is insane. And it's got Austinites talking. I'm just going to let Alyssa tell y'all what this insane number is.
I'll let you guys know. Yes. So this overhaul of www.austintexas.gov launched last Thursday. The rollout was announced late Wednesday, so it kind of was a shocking news surprise. But yeah, the redesign cost $1.48 million. City officials said that users will now be able to more easily access information, including links to pay utility bills and citations, adopt a pet, and to submit 311 requests. That sounds lovely. It also is, streamlining digital platforms and has reduced website content from 17,000 pages of content to 1,300. So
what?
Quite a reduction. Yeah. In 2024, the Department of Justice ruled that local and state government websites must be accessible to people with disabilities. So some of this removed content is said to be mostly PDFs that don't meet American with Disabilities Act standards, but there's also pages removed with inconsistent tone or pages that have formatting issues. So
that's great.
That sounds okay to me. Let's do
wonderful. We should be always doing that.
We should.
Always.
This is also the website's first major change since 2012. So again, okay.
Damn.
Important.
Yeah.
Important.
But however, it was noted that some of this deleted content was public records, and the city wouldn't comment when the Austin American-Statesman asked them if those public records or deleted items would be publicly available elsewhere, or how it would align with the city's transparency goals.
Yep.
So that's a little interesting. That's a little concerning, but I know that you're legally allowed to request public records. So I guess if you are looking for something on the website and you can't find it anymore, just know that as a listener, you have the ability to do that. The Statesman also reported that the money for the project came from capital improvement projects, and they didn't answer questions on if any other funding sources were used. The city budgeted $2.5 million. So of that $2.5 million, $1.48 million was the redesign, and then another $1.04 million will be used over the next 3 years to continue website work, including fixing issues, any ongoing maintenance and upkeep. They're also going to be using this like heat map to track where people go the most to see what pages are super necessary and what other pages might not be necessary to have. So they're making kind of like real-time adjustments over these next 3 years, which is interesting. So yeah, this is kind of like bringing back the logo, like money.
Listen.
Yes, that was like my first reaction when I saw this, and I put it in Monday's newsletter to see like how our readers would respond, because our readers and listeners are so anti the city spending $1.1 million on the new city logo that, according to many, is ugly. And it was just kind of like, why did this cost $1.1 million? And so that was my first reaction when I saw headlines about the new website, where I was like, okay, I'm not a website designer. I don't know how to code. Like, I'm sure spending a lot on this makes a lot more sense than the logo. But it's still like a shocking amount of money when like the city of Austin and Austin City Council is so much in the past year or so has been about how can we save money? Look at how city council is like irresponsibly spending money.
Yeah.
Like, there's just been so much conversation about it. And I think like this is good. Like, I think it's ultimately good. Whereas I think the logo, like, did we need that? No. But like an easier website to use and one that holds up with ADA standards, I think is absolutely necessary. But it's just still like a crazy amount of money when we're trying to not spend money.
Yeah, it does. It does like on its surface seem like, what are we doing here? But again.
But I think it's also like, for $1.4 million, you can get an entire website, a whole new website, and you can get rid of 17,000 pages that you didn't need. It also still makes me wonder, why in the hell did we pay $1 million for a logo? It's like, so for $1 million, what you could have gotten back then was like a whole ass website, which I don't know why, for whatever reason, it seems like a reasonable number for me.
This is a lot of work, I think, is maybe why.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And this is not a group of people who discounts artists and art and people who make logos and things. We're not a group of people like that. But it was just unnecessary. No one on earth was like,
you know what we need?
I love Austin, but God, I just wish there was a new logo.
Yeah.
Right.
Our website, on the other hand, garbage. Garbage. Yeah. It's a terrible city website. It's terrible. It doesn't make any sense. And half the time it doesn't take you where you need to go. So, I mean, I'm excited about the website change, honestly.
And like a 14-year delay, or 14 years since the last time they updated it. Like, this is, we're living in 2026. They should be updating it all the time. So I think, having this $1.04 million left over to... fix issues as they arise, I think is great.
Yeah.
Still, for whatever reason, seems like a good number. I don't know. It seems like, that makes sense to me. You know what's really interesting about this is that, like, I think that because of Prop Q last year, like, the magnifying glass is just going to be on the city and what they spend their money on. Like, it's a wrap.
Absolutely.
Like, for the foreseeable future, there is going to be criticism around what the city of Austin is doing, like, in general, but for sure when it comes to money. And so I'm really curious, like, once people start seeing these changes and once they start experiencing the changes, I'm curious what the public's going to have to say about it. Like, because it could either be like, oh my God, this is way better. Why didn't y'all do this shit in 2012? Or it's going to be like, oh, this is what I get for $1.48 million.
Right.
I'm curious about what people are going to have to say. Now, Austin's subreddit is already on top of it. And let me tell you, speaking of what people got to say, Austinites are funny, if nothing. I'm sorry. We are funny and petty and biting.
Oh, no, it's great.
It's amazing. So we have a few quotes from the subreddit. I want to know what y'all's favorite is, just because I want to know how people are feeling about this.
I mean, my favorite is the one that says, this is from user lost password 100000. There are no commas, so I have no idea what number that is. But they say $1.48 million could get you another COA logo and a half.
Ooh, bringing it back to the logo.
Yes, like this is exactly like when I saw this news, I was like, yep. Like it just brought me back to the logo, obviously. So I think that's really funny.
One of my favorites is this Young H+. They say all software engineers on Reddit who constantly complain about wasteful spending see this article and are like, oh yeah, that's pretty cheap. Like that's, updating a website and doing all of that redesign is actually quite expensive. So maybe, I don't know how much things like this cost. So maybe we are doing it under budget or something. I don't know.
I like this comment from Werewolf Mask that says, Save Austin Now is about to send so much goddamn junk mail about this. Which is true.
That's great.
Oh, it's so funny.
About to get text messages, everything. We're about to get everything.
And Save Austin Now is the PAC?
Yes, it's right? The PAC that really was against Prop Q.
Prop Q, right.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's one that, of course, says it's 15,000 websites, Michael. How much could it cost? $10?
Yeah, exactly.
So I do think it's interesting that there are people, like, it's kind of both things where people are like, wow, that's a ton of money. And then there are people who are like, well, that makes sense. So it is interesting, the reaction where I feel like with the logo, everyone was like, what? Why'd you do this?
Yeah, but this one, people are like, sure. Yeah.
I did just go on austintexas.gov and it's like,
it's
pretty cute.
Nice.
Is
this little bluebonnet picture?
Hold up. Now I have to do this.
How can we help you today?
It says, hello, Austin. What are you looking for?
Okay, now I have
it's really nice.
I kind of love it.
Oh, all right.
They have like the most visited stuff, like pages at the bottom, like view your recycling schedule, adopt a pet, visit Barton Springs Pool.
I see you, girl. Yeah. I see the makeover. I like it.
Cute. And it is making the logo look nice.
Well, it is. I will say that this landing page is a lot less depressing than the other one.
Yes.
The other landing page is just like, what? What is it? What? City council? What? Is it this? What?
That is hilarious.
It's so aggressive.
That is
the old one is so aggressive. It really is. I'm just saying.
We're busy. What do you want?
Yeah, like I'm super busy. This is a very big city. Funny. What is it now? That's what it was giving. This is nicer. It's like, hello. Hey, girl.
That's so funny.
We're going to be keeping an eye out because I really am. I'm curious to hear what people are going to think because just on first look, I feel better. It's much more welcoming.
It's kind of calming. Yeah.
It's calming. Yeah. It's nice. It's got the blue bonnets. Okay, worth it. I like it.
I'm CityCast CEO David Plotz, and I am wearing a Doer rugby shirt right now. I'm also wearing my sand-colored stretch canvas Doer pants, which I also wore yesterday too. Doer's denim and lifestyle apparel is made for us to move freely without sacrificing comfort or style. So I had a long trip a few weeks ago, and I wore my Doer performance denim jeans on the flight. They're so stretchy and comfortable. Then I wore them for a full day of sightseeing, and then I wore them out to a fancy dinner. Doer's performance denim are the only jeans you need for work, for lounging at home, or on the go. Doer uses Cool Max fibers that help regulate your temperature so you don't feel like you're overheating. Plus, their jeans are antimicrobial, so you can wear them more and more between washes and they still stay fresh. I know you'll love Doer as much as I do, so it's time for you to get your own pair. Check out shopdoer.com/CCAustin. You'll get 15% off your first order. Don't wait. Go to shopdoer.com/CCAustin for 15% off. shopdoer.com/CCAustin.
Hey y'all, have you gotten your fast free estimate from Window Nation yet? If not, no worries. You can do it right now. And now is the best time because the more you buy, the more savings you can enjoy, like up to 50% off of all window styles. And they have financing options, including $0 down and payments as little as $199 a month. And just in case you haven't heard what Window Nation is bringing to the table, they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, a 50-point inspection of every window before it leaves the factory, a 20-point inspection of every window when it's installed, a 96% customer satisfaction rating, and of course, that sweet lifetime warranty on all of their windows. You can have your new windows installed in 1 day or less, and the installation crew leaders are working with over a decade of experience. So head on over to windownation.com now to get that estimate. So Austin is losing another restaurant that for me for sure feels like a staple in the city, but specifically East Austin. So Hoover's Cooking is closing after almost 30 years.
It's
crazy. If you don't know what Hoover's is, it's a Black-owned soul food restaurant that opened in 1998. It's like Texas comfort food. So it's got like Southern, Tex-Mex, Cajun, and then barbecue, which sounds like it would be crazy, but it really, really, really works.
And it's on Manor Road, right?
It's on Manor Road. Yeah. So it's 2002 Manor Road. It's like next to Teddy's. There's an Amy's Ice Cream. It's like a little strip center. And it's been there like forever. It's become a beloved gathering place for generations, bringing people together across the city. It used to be this place called Roy Lee's Food Store, and it was a grocery store. I went to that grocery store when I was a kid. It's right down the street from my grandparents' house, and it was the only place that we could get food in our neighborhood. There was no H-E-B, there was no Piggly Wiggly in our neighborhood, so we got our food between Roy Lee Food Store and this other store called Stark's. And back then, it was just like Roy Lee's Food Store, Stark's, a couple of mom and pops, and then East Side Cafe came, and then Mi Madre's came, and that was it on Manor Road. There was nothing else. And then in 1998, Hoover's popped up and kind of changed the game and ushered in this like, you know, corridor. It turned it into this like dining strip. So it's kind of cool because for decades, Manor Road was kind of the dividing line between Black and white neighborhoods in East Austin. And Hoover's would be the only place that you would see Black and white people eating together on the East Side, which is kind of, you know, it's like a weird thing. East Side is so strange because Manor Road divided to Cherrywood, and Cherrywood is definitely where white people were. And then on the other side of Manor Road, just poor Black people. And so when it opened, just like white people and poor Black people hanging out, eating like really, really good food. The owner is Hoover Alexander. He's retiring, which is why he's closing it. He's been cooking in Austin for over 50 years. He's a native East Austinite, 5th-generation Texan. He's been shaping the city's dining culture as a chef, a restaurateur, everything. So in 1973, at 19, he worked at the historic Nighthawk restaurant.
Oh my gosh, I remember that place.
Yeah.
Oh my
which
God.
is like what an Austin favorite. My father loved that place. It was also
my parents too. Yeah.
one of the first establishments in Austin to integrate its dining room and its service staff.
Wow.
Yeah. He's just like, I don't know, he feels like a staple in my life, which is weird, but it's just like after Sunday church, that's where everybody went. Either if you didn't want to go to Luby's, you would just go to Hoover's.
Exactly.
And get food because it was one of the only soul food restaurants in the city for at least a decade.
Yeah, I was going to say, with my family, we used to go there after church.
Yeah.
Like I distinctly remember being like a young girl in my little Sunday dress at Hoover's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for a while, he had a second location out north off of, I think, Anderson Mill 183. That closed down, but this Hoover's has been there for, 28 years. And so he says, I'm grateful for the love and support of the greater Austin community for Hoover's on Manor Road. Transition doesn't mean I'm over and done with. I'll continue to be a part of serving and being a placeholder in our community. Please stay tuned. And that's really cute. So they are ending their sit-down service at the end of May. May 31st will be their last full service in the restaurant, but they're going to still book private events through the summer because, they have that whole barbecue pit master setup out there that they cater with. And then there will be a Juneteenth week bash on June 15th to celebrate his legacy. It's really bittersweet for me. To open Hoover's Cooking, he partnered with his friend Vernon O'Rourke, and they initially funded it through 12 credit cards.
Wow.
Because they didn't have any savings. So they had 12 credit cards, and they just made it happen.
I love this story.
I do
too.
I also I don't have any fun, after church things to contribute, and not to infantilize this man, but he's also adorable.
Yeah.
Oh.
On top of all the history making and all of the, incredible cooking, he's so cute.
He's so freaking nice, y'all. This man is so nice. I've had the pleasure of not just going to his restaurant for years, but then when I worked at the city, working with him to do stuff in the community. He is so nice and so thoughtful. And even during the pandemic, when and honestly, I don't know if he recovered from the pandemic. It's been pretty sparse over there from what I can tell since then. But even then, he helped feed people when he was barely keeping his doors open. He was helping feed people during the pandemic. Just a really wonderful man and a really wonderful business. And I'm really going to miss it. And it feels a little bit like just another thing. You know what I mean? It just feels like another. And I get it. The man has to retire. I'm not
sure.
I was going to say the heartening thing is it's not because
it's his choice.
Running out of
it's his
money,
choice.
like other places in Austin.
Yeah, which I love. I love that he's taking his rest.
I will be prepared to riot if they try and put something silly and stupid in this space. If they put a salad bar or something.
Do you understand the fury
I'm ready.
that I will feel?
Yeah.
This has been a Black-owned spot for decades and decades and decades, serving the community, being somewhere that people can eat affordably, get food affordably. Roy Lee's was just like Stark's. They would let my grandma and my family, you could have a line of credit there, and they would let you pay for your food when you can. And I'm not saying that people need to do that now, but I'm saying it's been a history of helping the community.
It's a community space.
It's a community space. And Hoover's is the same. Their prices have stayed affordable. So yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time.
Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. We don't have a lot of soul food places here.
We do not. We have a handful.
Yeah.
Most are way out. They're far. We don't have, we have one or two trucks and that's it. But brick and mortar in the city or no. Also, as a side note, they historically have one of the best margaritas I've ever had.
Really?
Just as a side note.
Oh my God. Hot tip. Hot tip.
Just as a side note.
Well, we have a month and a half to get
a month and a half. Food is good.
Yeah. And I just put him in my guide to 6 Square District.
Yeah.
I just put Hoover's in there.
It's best cream spinach I've had.
So
really, really, really good mac and cheese. They have baked beans, kind of like cowboy baked beans, top tier. So the food is good, y'all. So if you have not been to Hoover's, you have until May 31st to go and sit down and just experience the history and the food and maybe possibly meet Hoover because he's delightful.
And I want to thank him for his service at this point.
Seriously.
I mean,
not
seriously.
to be weird, but especially he's from here.
He's from here.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And he's leaving on his own terms. So congratulations.
Yes.
Welcome
Hoover.
to retirement.
Yeah. Welcome to retirement. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. I'm so excited for you. And thank you for everything you've done for the East Side. But until then, y'all go eat. Go eat over there.
Hi, CityCast listeners. This is David Plotz. I'm the CEO of CityCast, but I also have another job. I'm one of the hosts of the Political Gabfest, Slate's politics podcast. Every week, I get on mic with my co-hosts Emily Bazelon and John Dickerson, and we talk about politics and a lot more about other things that we care about. The Gabfest has been going for more than 20 years because the three of us love talking to each other, and we have an amazing community of listeners. If you like the open-hearted, curious way CityCast approaches cities, I think you'll like the Political Gabfest too. Stream it on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey y'all, it's Eva Ruth. I don't know about you, but I feel like this time of year in Austin, the one thing that is consistent is that the weather is constantly changing. Our mornings can be really chilly, so you gotta have your layers, but by the afternoon, you're burning up and peeling these layers off. So the one thing that I'm reaching for constantly is my Doer Shacket. That's right, a shirt jacket. It's a perfect neutral color, and it's made from this super high quality fabric that is so comfortable and cozy. And their clothing is really versatile. You can wear this jacket dressed up, dressed down, dressed all around. Dewar's denim and lifestyle apparel is made for us to move freely without sacrificing comfort or style. And that sounds perfect for us Austinites. So if you don't have your own Dewar's yet, now is the time to check them out. Go to shopdewar.com/CCAustin and you'll get 15% off of your first order. That's shopdewar.com/CCAustin.
Rounding up the end of our Tuesday News Roundup, y'all know we love hearing from our listeners. We love it. It's one of my favorite things for sure because I'm nosy. So we are always so appreciative when you guys reach out and let us know what you're thinking. And Kelsey, let's get into this hot take that I'm like kind of obsessed with, if I'm being honest.
Disclaimer before I get into this, that when I told the team I was going to write this hot take, they all disagreed with me. So
I mean, that's how you know it's a hot take.
That's how you know it's hot.
Exactly.
People disagree.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wrote a thing in the newsletter last week that said South by Southwest is actually fine without a convention center. My main points are that I love that South by got more spread out and that they, shut down Congress for a block party. Like, I think it should have always been like that. I think, there was a lot of concern not having a convention center that we would lose the stumbling upon something at South by culture. And I feel like pushing people out into the city more only increases the chance that you stumble upon something. So I thought it was fine. I thought it was a good time. And one of our readers, Tisha V, Tisha, I love you. You are always emailing me back. I'm always asking people for emails, and Tisha is on it.
Let's go, Tisha.
Seriously.
Yes, come on,
Way
Tisha.
to participate.
And she went to South by for innovation. And her main point, and this is the part that I'll quote. So, quote, she says, "So will South by Southwest survive without a convention center? I think not, because there needs to be a central hub across all South by Southwest areas that affords an ease of travel between sessions without sacrificing too much of the one you're currently in, plenty of space for queuing that doesn't impede on passersby traffic, and a central place for the Flat Stock Expo XR experience / brand activations. But ultimately, for badge holders and folks that have bought into the conference to feel they're among fellow attendees and not simply mixed into the crowd." And she had a lot of great points. Do you guys want to respond to what she just said before I get into the points at all?
I mean, I agree, except my badge pickup was flawless.
Me as well.
Flawless. I don't know. We definitely had a very different experience when it came to badge pickup because mine was so seamless and so organized, and it was at the Omni Hotel. It was easy peasy. I was in and out in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that part.
Well, so she said it was madness for innovation. And she said some attendees waited over 2 hours for badge pickup.
Yeah, I guess that's a bit much. I think I've never ever used to go to the innovation part of South by. So I do think the convention center for innovation, that was like their hub always.
That made sense, yeah.
So it is interesting that she's having this point as someone who also only went to innovation again this year. So,
well, and I think part of my hot take was I've been going to South by in some form since I was in college. And I always felt like, 1 year it used to be called interactive. And 1 year I had an interactive badge. And I still felt like I was in hotels at panels, and then I'd be back at the convention center, and then I'd be over here. And I still felt like I was kind of moving about. And so I think it's interesting that for some people, convention center was just, that's where they were.
The thing, right?
Yeah. So something she said that I really like, she said, "The spread across the city was great for getting in my steps, but often resulted in missed panels that wouldn't have been the case with a convention center because she used to just take the stairs to the next session, and instead she's sprinting between 5 hotels."
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something I felt too. It was just it was so spread out that it was okay, I have to pay $6 for a lime to get to my next thing that's in 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel that way. I definitely feel that way.
Yeah, I found myself just making a lot of decisions like, okay, I'm not going to make it over there in time.
Yeah, just
There's
never
just no
mind.
way. So I'm not going to go. I'm not, the spread definitely affected just like what I had the capacity for and what
Right.
is it worth the hassle for me to get just not even far a lot of times, 4 blocks. Is it worth me getting 4 blocks? Nah, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Well, and it's like, it feels like South by has always been at least a little bit of a hassle.
Yes.
But I totally see what y'all are saying where it's just like, never mind. Or like, you know, something that they had in 2025 that was really great for film was that they would do second screenings of movies at the Hyatt, like on South Congress by the Bat Bridge.
Yeah.
And that's really close. And that was really nice. But they didn't have that this year. And it was just like all either at the Paramount, AFS, which is a full drive away.
Yes. Yeah.
Or you could try and hop on the shuttle to South Lamar Zach Theater. And that's something else Tisha said, where she was saying like being spread out and closing major streets did cause a bunch of gridlock. She said one of the shuttle drivers told her it took them 2.5 hours to go from the Paramount to Palmer Event Center.
What?
And I love this quote from her. She says, "Imagine an attendee hoping to go from innovation to a film premiere." Ouch. Love that.
Well,
2.5 hours?
That's crazy.
Which again, like gridlock has always been part of South by, but it is interesting that the Congress block party, which I think we should have always had a Congress block party.
I mean, I loved it.
There should be like streets closed down and like big stuff happening in the center of the city. Like, I think that's great. But it is interesting that maybe they weren't prepared for it still. Like they implemented this shuttle this year.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like maybe some growing pains or whatever phrase I'm looking for. I don't know.
Yeah.
This final point that I'm going to share from her is also really good. I think I still believe in my hot take, but I'm getting slowly convinced out of it as I read these. She said that by spreading it across the city, she missed some like stumble upon things. And the part that she wasn't too thrilled about was opening most activations to the public this year, which includes the Congress Block Party.
Okay.
Really?
That's a hot take, Tisha. That's a hot take. I don't know if I agree with you on that.
Well, so she says many block party vendors were sold out well before the 7 p.m. closure when most badge holders would make their way over there after a day full of sessions.
I see.
And the lines during the day were not feasible to wait in if you were trying to squeeze in a quick visit between sessions. And she said this was like easily possible in the past. And then she says, it's feeling like South by is becoming more of a giveaway freebies mecca and less of a creative center where you typically earn those freebies by already being bought into the brand or partaking in their session. And she said, I wouldn't want South by to lose its value and information by being replaced by the volume of giveaways.
I have to disagree.
I think she's wrong.
I have to.
Yeah, I
think
disagree.
Like being a resident in Austin, like you should be getting freebies for this event. So,
especially if you've made it out to the middle of Congress.
Yeah.
You should get a reward.
Congratulations. There you go.
Well, and I also think that it just makes it a little bit more accessible. That's it.
Yeah.
It just makes it a little bit more accessible. You have more things that anybody can go to. More people are going to buy in. South by Southwest feels very inaccessible for a lot of people. And so there is no buy-in because who's going to pay $2,000 for a badge?
Right. Correct.
Who's going to pay hundreds of dollars for a badge so you can stand in line and maybe get in? Whereas if you have a few more things that are a little more approachable and accessible, you can get a little more buy-in from locals, I think.
I do understand her point that it's frustrating that she did buy the badge and she didn't get to have these things that were included, right? Like I totally understand that, but
South by Southwest is about making pimp decisions. We all have to have that decision. Like, okay, do I want to hear the rest of the session, or do I want to go over here because I know they're giving away free shit? Which thing do I want to do? Like, it's kind of like a part of the hustle and bustle, I think, of South by. I can dig the frustration. I get that.
Yeah. Well, and I do think like because people are forking over so much money for South by, maybe there could be like a members only or a badge holders only event. And like they do give out, I don't know where it was this year, but they have given out like free drinks for badge holders only, but it's always in the world's tiniest space, and it's so terrible.
Well, everybody with a badge, you can get a free drink at the block party.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's where it was.
Your little punch card.
It used to be the punch card.
I did that every day.
The registrants lounge. It used to be the registrants lounge. But you can get your little punch,
Well, so maybe they should like move something. I don't know. Maybe there should be a registrants lounge in like each hotel so that, especially because it sounds like Tisha was like, she was in there to like learn and to listen. Whereas I was kind of like, I'll go to a couple of things if I can make it that day.
Yeah.
She sounds like she was like there to really
and I
be
think
there.
the people that buy badges specifically for like I only am going for innovation. I am only for film. I get that. You want to make the most of your badge. You want to make the most of that money. Yeah.
Right.
I get
so
that.
Maybe they could consider something next year because I doubt she's alone in this feeling.
Yeah. Tish, listen, you the real MVP. Thank you so much.
She really is.
Like, thank you so much for this like well thought out, like involved email. And I just love this. I love this. I appreciate you. I love hearing from everybody. So Tish, anytime you want to message us again, feel free to message us
come
again.
Come on the pod. Like literally.
Let's get her on.
Let's get this hot take.
Like
I love
this
it.
is like a nice essay. And I was like, all right, I'm down.
I love it. And listen, everybody else, if you have something you want to share with us here at CityCast, you already know. Send us an email at austin@citycast.fm, or my personal favorite, you can leave us a voicemail at 512-200-2227. Well, that is the end of our Tuesday News Roundup. Thank you so much, Alyssa and Kelsey, for chit-chatting with me. Of course, as usual, this is amazing.
Woo!
This was fun. This was my first TNR.
Yay!
I like a TNR.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. Till next time.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friend that you want to talk to all about us and how awesome we are. Rate our show, leave us a review, and of course, subscribe to our CityCast Austin newsletter. And if you really love us and you like what we do and you just haven't hopped on the bandwagon yet, go to membership.citycast.fm and find out about all of the amazing perks of becoming our neighbor. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.